Hey guys, Sam Matakia back at it again for another video. I know it's been a long time since I made any type of content. My life has been pretty busy. I hope I could come back with some more content, but today marks a special day for one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time, that PlayStation exclusive that is lost, that is forbidden, that you barely hear about, but that game, that franchise is Gravity Rush. So today marks the 10th anniversary since it was released on the PlayStation Vita in Japan. Yes, it's been 10 years already since this game was marked on the PlayStation Vita. I remember actually playing this game and getting it from the PlayStation Plus free games on the PlayStation Vita, because remember they were doing that back then for the PlayStation Vita, but then they stopped, obviously because the PlayStation Vita died. Rest in peace to the PlayStation Vita. But yeah, I just remember not playing this game and not knowing what to expect, but I was like, this game is so beautiful. Like, I fell in love with it. I caught a platinum on it, and ever since then, when it came out remastered on the PlayStation 4 and also Gravity Rush 2, I literally like platinum all of them, and it was one of my first games that I actually platinum on the PlayStation Vita, so it holds a special place on my heart. Like, I kid you not. So today marks the 10th anniversary of this game, and we have an interview with Keiichi Toyama, the man himself, Keiichi Toyama, one of the producers, one of the creators of the Gravity Rush series. He previously worked with Japan Studios on PlayStation side, and now he's working on Slitterhead, which is from his new game studios, Bokai Game Studios. So this interview comes straight from Gravity Rush Central, which is a great for Gravity Rush fans. It's a great place to go for Gravity Rush fans, because obviously Gravity Rush is very low-key. It's a very low-key franchise, so you don't hear that much about Gravity Rush. So this page right here, props to you. Shout out to Gravity Rush Central for keeping Gravity Rush alive and bringing out any type of announcements, and shout out to you guys for getting an interview with Keiichi Toyama. So let me just keep going down, because there's some interesting points. I'm not gonna bear and read everything, but yeah, let me just read this thing right here. So today marks the 10th anniversary of the Gravity Rush franchise. That means it's been 10 years since the gamers in Japan first took skies and discovered Hexville, along with Cal on the PlayStation Vita. To celebrate the occasion, we're happy to share with you the new interview with the director of Gravity Rush series, Keiichi Toyama. Having moved from his job at Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios Japan, Keiichi Toyama is now the CEO of Bokai Game Studios, where they're working on the new studio very first game, Slitterhead, which I was saying, we're very grateful to take the time out of our busy schedule to answer our questions. A huge thank you to Yohai Heart from Bokai Game Studios for handling the communication with us and translating our questions in Japanese. This allowed us to communicate with both in English and Japanese versions of the interview of this article. I'd like to thank CPT Barricade, whoever that is, and Clumsy Kamelid, whoever that is, for their assistance formulating the questions in the interview. So you got so this is both in English and Japanese. If I scroll down, it's going to be in Japanese. So here we go. Like, let's start it off. So Gravity Rush Central obviously said, it's been 10 years since the release of the first Gravity Rush. You're said to be the director who doesn't micromanage everything and instead encourages the development team to come up with their own ideas. Can you talk about the difference between how Gravity Rush ended up being as a result of that compared to the original version when you first started development? So so obviously Hichiro Toyama, he said, for Gravity Rush, we had core concepts such as a world style of Bandy Decini. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. An action game that allows you to control gravity. However, there were limited approaches in how to materialize these ideas. I think it is generally rational for the team to interpret the concepts in their own way and suggest ideas so staff members can demonstrate their own strengths. As a result, compared to the original puzzle-oriented game, we shifted towards a game that allows you to enjoy the world and liberation. So wow, that's actually interesting news. I've honestly never knew that. And here we go, we got a little bit more questions. So make sure you read this interview. This is a great interview from Gravity Rush Central. I'm not going to go through it. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every question because that's going to take a while for my video. But I'm just going to go through the more important points of it. So Gravity Rush was influenced a lot by like Latin America and also Asian cultures, like if you can tell by the world. Look, so we know that the world design and architecture of Jirga Parallel and Gravity Rush 2 was influenced by the development team's travels throughout Latin America and Asia. In a similar way, would you say that these also influenced the game story and underlying themes such as social inequality? Keiichi Toyama said, the experience of visiting Mexico for promoting Gravity Rush 1 has been a big influence on us. The theme of the story Gravity Rush is an attempt to incorporate the concerns of the world at a certain time into the fictional world as a satire. It's a huge problem, but everyone has given up somewhere in their hearts. Cat will face the problem of the honest attitude and the structure we envision. I also wanted to draw the strong, unwavering will of the people who do not lose hope in such circumstances. So that's very interesting. I actually never knew that it was influenced by Latin America and everything. So, you know, that's super interesting. And they talk about David Lynch, who was, you know, when he was creating Silent Hill. So basically, he had no type of influence with Gravity Rush. He had no type of collaboration with Gravity Rush. So, you know, obviously because he worked on, he had influence with Silent Hill. So. And then we have this don't forget Gravity Rush campaign, which I personally never knew about, but until I'm finding out now from reading this article, I missed out on it, which it's unfortunate because I was not pushing Gravity Rush back then. But it's unfortunate. I wish I was a part of it. I wish I was pushing this out, but I'm pretty sure the thing doesn't exist anymore. So Keiichi Toyama, the Gravity Rush Center said, if you are at liberty to talk about this, we were wondering if Team Gravity was aware of hashtag don't forget Gravity Rush campaign on social media to preserve the online services for Gravity Rush 2. And if you were what were your team's thoughts on this fan initiative? And Keiichi Toyama said, of course we were aware of the campaign. Due to my position in the company at the time, it was refrained from reacting to it openly, but everyone involved in the project took it with great gratitude. I must tell you how thankful I am. So he had no saying in the company. Obviously, it was up to Team Japan Studios and also Sony itself. If he said anything like, oh, I want this game to be pushed or anything like that, you know, he has no saying. Like, it wouldn't even matter to them, honestly. At the end of the day, it just matters about sales. And unfortunately, it's an underrated title. So Gravity Rush, it didn't go up to its sales potential. So yeah, they stopped pushing the game. And let me keep going down. So I never knew about this. I never knew that Gravity Rush 2 could be played on first-person mode. I honestly never knew that. Now it makes me want to go back and stream the game in first-person mode. Like, because I never knew that. But Gravity Rush Central said, Gravity Rush 2 could be played entirely in first-person mode. You once mentioned that fans should make their voice heard if they wanted to see a VR mode included in the game. While they didn't become a reality, it had me wondering if the development team ever experimented with a VR mode for this game. Keiichi Toyama said, wow, this is interesting. We had run tests. The frame rate was low, so it was far from a comfortable experience. Even so, the feeling of entering this world was touching. Due to the nature of the game being a gravity controlling action, we had a brick wall in terms of sustaining a high frame rate for VR. Imagine this game in VR. Imagine Gravity Rush in VR. Imagine how crazy it would be, how amazing it would be to take on at herself and you're in this virtual reality world and you're just like moving around with your VR like headset and everything and just moving around, moving your arms around and feeling like you're flying. Like, it would be so beautiful. It would be such an amazing idea. I hope Jim Ryan or anybody, they think about this idea and they could collaborate with the studios back then, but I highly doubt it. Obviously it's not gonna happen, but I could never say never. But anyways, let's keep going. So game development is notoriously difficult and ideas often get removed due to the time and constraints or available resources. If you had the opportunity to go back in time and add a removed feature in Gravity Rush games, what would it be? Keiichi Toyama said, as for features, I feel like that we exhausted these in Gravity Rush 2. For that reason, there isn't anything in particular I'd like to add. Production at the time was quite tight, so I can say it would have been nice if we had more time fine-tuning to certain things. So Gravity Rush 2 is obviously not a perfect game, but there you can tell that they struggle a little bit as far as development in the game. I feel like there's a lot of camera issues, there's a lot of stuttering, and that's basically my main concerns about the game. There was a lot of camera issues. Other than that, it's a pretty fun game. Like, you know, it's a very beautiful game. I highly suggest everybody to play the game. Like, I push this series. I've been pushing this franchise for since the beginning of my channel. Obviously, I want Gravity Rush 3 to happen, and I want to push Gravity Rush on PC. So speaking of the PC version, as you may know, speaking of PC, as you may know, Sony's pushing a lot of PC first-party titles onto Sony's pushing a lot of their first-party titles onto PC, like God of War, like Horizon Zero Dawn, and that other zombie game. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. That zombie game that came on the PlayStation 4, which it underperformed, but then like it didn't underperform, but they wanted to release it on PC. So I think it was by Ben Studios. So yeah, you know what guys, you know what I'm talking about, guys. So let me just go right here. So Gravity Rush Central has to say Sony is currently porting more of their first party games on PC. How would you feel about Gravity Rush games being available made in the platform? Kechi Toyama was like, I think it would be a good thing to open up the games more to users. It will also be wonderful if Gravity Rush 2 ran on 60 frames per second, which I highly agree because it runs at 30 frames per second. I would love to see this game run at 60 frames per second. And I've been pushing this game to be released on PC. It would inspire more people to get into the franchise. It would inspire more people to play the game. And especially as far as the marketing deal, like imagine if you market this game really, really well, like part 1 and part 2 coming out on Steam, this game will sell tremendously. I guarantee you people would love to play this game, and it would open people's eyes, and people will be like, damn, I wish there was more Gravity Rush, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, if you guys please read this interview. It's very interesting. Props to Gravity Rush Central. Gravity Rush Central is just it's just a platform on Twitter where they basically, like, you know, they upload like anything has to do with Gravity Rush news, any type of artwork, any type of toys, collection, collaborations, anything that has to do with Gravity Rush. So props and shout out to Gravity Rush Central for bringing out this interview. And let me know what you guys think. Please read this. I'm gonna leave this link in my description so you guys can read it. So I'm gonna leave this link in my description so you guys can read it. Please read it. It's really good for my Gravity Rush, for my fellow Gravity Rush fans. You know how I feel about Gravity Rush. It's one of my most favorite franchises of all time. I'm so sad that they haven't brought this game back or even talked about it or any case. But you know, there's a lot of games that's had this kind of treatment. It's like an anime with no second season. It's like one of your favorite animes with no second season. This is how I feel about Gravity Rush. You know what I'm trying to say? But anyways, please read this interview. Please read this interview. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys still want a Gravity Rush to be remastered or 60 frames per second Gravity Rush? Would you guys think it would be cool for Gravity Rush to be in VR? Do you miss Gravity Rush? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section above. Please subscribe to my channel. I will try to upload a little bit more videos. And let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna try to stream later on. I'm gonna try to stream any type of silly anime titles, or probably even Gravity Rush or Yakuza, the old Yakuza franchises. And I'll try to stream it. I'm gonna get the equipment soon. So let me know what you guys think. My name is Sam Manic, and I'll see you guys on the next video.